Hello, welcome to this meditation. My name is Natasha. This meditation and grounding practice will take around about 10 minutes or so. And you can do it sitting or lying down. You choose. Make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can. And know that everything I say is an invitation. It's an offering, and you can take it or leave it and adapt it to suit you as best as possible. So that might mean sometimes you might like to move, you might like to stop the video. You're in charge. So as you settle in and you find a place where you'd like to be for this meditation practice, invite yourself to find as much comfort or ease as possible. That might mean softening or releasing any tension that you notice. Maybe it's moving or stretching. And as you settle in, know that you can't get this wrong. There's nothing that we are trying to achieve in particular. Meditation is not about fixing anything or changing anything. It's not about getting anything right. So in any way you can, I really invite you to take the pressure off. I invite you to be curious, to experiment with what's helpful for you. I'd also like to acknowledge the land. I happen to be on the land of the Gadigal and the Bidjigal peoples of the Eora Nation, and I pay my deep respects to the elders of the traditional owners of this unceded land, both past and present. And I acknowledge the ongoing and the emerging connection to land, and also the ancient and ongoing practice of connecting to each other and connecting to mind and spirit. And in the spirit of Blue Knot Day, and in the spirit of hope and healing, know that you belong to this human community and you are a part of this ancient human story. If it feels good to you, you might acknowledge the land, acknowledge the space around you by literally looking around, seeing what you notice. Whether you choose to have your eyes open or closed, remember everything is your choice. What colors, if any, do you notice? Do you notice light and shade? And what sounds around you can you hear? It might be difficult to hear any sounds. There might be silence. Know that you don't have to make sounds happen. Sounds will come and go on their own. The invitation is to consciously be aware of this present moment, of any actual sounds you can hear or colors you can see. And maybe also the support underneath you, the physical ground. Maybe it's a chair you're sitting on or the floor. And if you'd like, you might experiment with really allowing yourself to be physically supported in this moment. Maybe by giving yourself permission to be just a little bit heavier, to release any tension. It's really normal and natural to spend a lot of time holding unconscious tension, to hold yourself up, and that can be really exhausting. So the invitation is to allow yourself to be held. And gravity and the ground allows us to be supported and to be held. So if there's anything that helps give you a sense of ground and being supported, take your time to be curious into that, to sense into that. Remembering that everything that you're doing right now is perfect, that it's enough, that you can't get this wrong. And if the mind wanders off, which it does, that's what the mind does, it thinks, you can always choose to bring your mind, your attention, consciously back to this present moment. What can you see? What can you hear? What do you sense right now in this moment? And remember, there's no effort required. The invitation, the hope and the intention is to release tension, to loosen your grip. So if you notice, and this is really natural, often in meditation and when we direct attention to the present moment, it's really natural sometimes to tense up a bit. So check in to see how can you soften or find a little bit more ease or space. Maybe it's a movement. Maybe it's a big breath in and out. Maybe it's a kind thought, a reminder that you are enough and that you belong. And all the while, the sounds will continue around you. Maybe it includes silence. The different colors and light and shade will continue to be there without you having to do anything, without any effort required on your part. You might be curious about what is most helpful for you to focus on. What do you find most interesting? Which of your senses? Ears, eyes. Maybe it's a physical sense of the ground, the support underneath you. Curiosity can be a really wonderful skill to use, and it's a practice. Being curious about something can also be a gateway to compassion and to kindness. Sometimes compassion and kindness can be really elusive, really difficult. And so we begin by being curious about this present moment. What are you noticing right now? As we begin to draw to a close, to finish this meditation, this grounding practice together, you can choose to stay where you are, or you can choose to move. You might like to stretch. Thank you for joining me. I hope you give yourself credit and really honor yourself for showing up, for being curious, and taking time for yourself. Thank you so much.